Good morning, welcome to yoga. I'm filming today from Tahoma Athletic Club. I'm back at the club. This is a Vinyasa flow yoga class. So we will be transitioning from pose to pose, but please listen to your own body, listen to what your body's telling you. And if you start to feel out of breath, you can stop, come into child's pose, and I will be offering modifications throughout. All right, let's start out just doing some sort of half sun salutations from a seated position. So bring your arms out beside you, palms forward, and you're gonna inhale up and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale back up again. And exhale, open all the way. Keep going. All right, let's stop for a minute and we're gonna twist. So I'm gonna take my right hand and twist over to the left first. Trying to open here through the chest rather than kind of collapsing into this. And over to the other side. And coming back to center, let's come into a forward fold. So uncrossing your legs. You're gonna gently stretch and you can leave your knees just slightly bent. And then just sway here. Let's gently nod the head. Look from side to side. And let's roll all the way up. So really round the back, bend the knees, circle sweep all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, circle, sweep all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's rock back and forth on the feet a little bit. I'm going to come up onto the balls of the feet and then lift up the toes, kind of rolling on my feet. of the benefits of yoga is that because it's a barefoot practice, it really strengthens your feet and ankles. Oops, I lost my balance a little bit there. That's okay. All right, now I'm going to settle into all four corners of my feet. And I'm going to take my right knee here, keeping my hands where they're at, or you can bring your hands to your hips if you prefer. I'm going to just circle around with this knee and ankle. Just kind of warming up the joints a little bit here. And circle the other way. Let's just shake this guy out like we're shaking water off him. Okay, let's do the other side now. Circle around a little bit. Keep breathing throughout. Nice deep breaths help calm the nervous system and reduce inflammation in the body. When you reduce inflammation in the body, that helps the body to heal. A lot of stressful things going on in the world, and maybe even specifically in your life. If you breathe nice and deep and use your practice, you can reset your body to calm it down so that your body's not dealing with this chronic stress and worry. All right, let's shake this look out now. And we'll continue with our sun salutations. Our feet are about hip width distance. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, leading with the heart, bow down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, circle sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bow down. Now I'm going to come to downward facing dog. So walking my hands forward, bending the knees. I'm going to walk the feet back and just bringing my weight back into the hips. I'm going to walk out here, pedaling the legs. Stretching out through the calves and the hamstrings. And at the same time as you're trying to press the chest towards the mat, really pull the belly in. That's going to help keep you from hyperextending or coming too low here. Okay, I'm going to walk my hands towards the back of the mat now. Walk, 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 walk. And I'll do a few sun salutations here. Inhale, circle sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. You may not be as flexible as me, and that's okay. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come down. Inhale, look up. And now we're gonna walk with our hands back towards the front of the mat. Walk, 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 walk. Coming back into downward facing dog. And now I'm pedaling it out again. And now I'm gonna drop my knees here. I'm gonna take off my socks because they're kind of bugging me. Here you can put something underneath your knees to cushion. I didn't bring anything today. Or you can roll up your mat. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable on your joints here. Okay, we're gonna do some cat and cow stretches from here. So dropping the tailbone, or dropping the belly, looking up, lifting the tailbone as you inhale, and then exhale, round. Inhale, and exhale. All right, let's come to a neutral spine and we're gonna do a spinal extension. So I'm bringing the right hand out and then also the left foot, flexing that foot and pulling in through the belly to protect the spine. As you exhale, round, bringing elbow to knee, and then extend. Hold it out here. And release the knee down. Let's take a little break in child pose in between. So bring the hips back, stretch the arms, rest the forehead on your mat. And let's come forward again. And now we're gonna bring the opposite arm and the opposite leg. So round, bringing elbow to knee, and then extend, really pulling that belly in to protect the lower back. If this feels too intense or you're falling all over your mat, you can choose to do just the arm or just the leg. You're still gonna get that balance work and that strengthening of the core. The best way to train your core is through balance work. It's a lot better than doing abdominal curls because this is what your core was designed to do, is to stabilize your body. It's a very functional movement here. All right, let's hold it out. And release. Let's come back into child's pose. Inhale, rock forward to all fours. Curl your toes under. And then lift the knees up and press back to downward facing dog. Let's come into some of our warrior poses now. Just gonna walk it out first again. And it's down dog. And now I'm gonna float the right leg up on my inhale. And I'm gonna bend my knees, stack my hips here. Inhale, extend up, and then on my exhale, I'm gonna bring the right foot up to the right thumb and just kind of walk it forward a little bit so that I have a nice wide stance. Back foot's gonna come down, and we're gonna sweep up. Shoulders down, hips are forward. Nice wide stance here for warrior one. And just keep breathing. We're holding this stance to develop strength. See if you can bring your shoulders down, belly in. All right, let's come down. So we're gonna bring our hands to the outside of that front leg and step back. Then I'm gonna come straight to downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up, bend the knees, stack the hips just like you do on the other side. Inhale up, and on your exhale, step or help all the way up to the left thumb here. Back foot down. And sweep up. Shoulders down, pinkies facing each other, belly in, nice wide stance. And hold it here. See if you can come a little lower. And now sweep down, step back. I'm gonna take a little flow here. So rock forward, pulling the belly in. You can drop the knees if you need to here. We're gonna lower down, untuck the toes, inhale, lift up a little bit, low cobra, and then make your way up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up again, exhale, step it through. Back foot comes down, sweep up, and holding our warrior one. Okay, from here we're gonna come into a stretch called humble warrior. So bringing your arms behind you, interlace them, open up through the chest, look up, and now we're gonna bend forward, stretching out between the legs here. If you need more support, you can release the hands and use them to help you. All right, let's release the arms and come back up, shoulders down. And now I'm gonna hop the back foot up, straighten the front leg, and come into pyramid pose. Bringing those hands towards the ankle or shin, or maybe all the way towards the mat if you're a little more flexible. From pyramid pose, bend this knee, walk the hands forward, and we're gonna float this back leg up, coming into standing splits. Okay, from here, let's do a few yoga curtsies. So we're gonna bring the back knee to the calf and then extend back up. So bend, lift, 3, we're gonna go to 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now let's see if we can play with balance, maybe bringing our hands either towards the ankle, one hand towards the ankle, or maybe even bringing your hands to heart center to balance. And release. Forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, look up. And let's come into down dog. Bend your knees, plant your hands, step back. And now we're gonna get the other side. Inhale, lift up the left leg. Exhale, step it through. Back foot comes down, sweep up, shoulders down, hips forward. Pull that belly in. And now we're gonna come into our humble warrior on this side. So release the hands behind you, interlace, look up, open that heart, and now bend forward. All right, sweep back up to warrior one, shoulders down. And now we're gonna hop that back foot up, straighten the front leg, and come forward into a pyramid stretch. All right, bend that front knee, walk the hands forward, and you're gonna lift that right leg up. Standing splits. And now from here, let's do some yoga curtsies. So bend, tap, and lift. 2, 3, 4, we're going to 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hold it up, and now see if you can play with balance a little bit. Maybe you could bring one hand to the ankle or both hands to the ankle, or maybe you can balance. And release. Forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're gonna do this a couple more times on each side. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, look up, and I'm gonna make my way to downward facing dog. Okay. Inhale the right leg up again. Exhale, step it through. Back foot comes down, sweep up. Bring your hands right behind you and interlace, open, and then bow down. Release the hands, sweep back up. And we're gonna hop the back foot forward, straighten the front leg, coming into pyramid pose. From pyramid pose, bend the front knee, walk the hands forward, and float the back leg up. Now we're gonna do our yoga curtsies. So bend, tap, and lift. Now I'm going to come from this pose into a balancing half moon. So I'm gonna peel one arm up. You can stay in just the standing splits if you prefer. Okay, now I'm gonna release down, release that leg. And inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bow. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release. And now let's come into down dog and we'll get the other side. Inhale, the left leg up. Exhale, step it through, back foot down, sweep up, shoulders down, release your hands behind you, interlace open, and bow forward. Sweep back up, that works the core, and hop that back foot forward, coming into pyramid pose. All right, bend that front knee, walk forward, and float the right leg up. And now we're gonna do our curtsies, 10 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, now I'm gonna try my balance. So I'm gonna bring my left hand forward and I'm gonna peel the other arm up. You can stay in standing splits if you prefer here. Lost my balance there. Release. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's come into chair pose from here. Bringing the hips back. Pull the belly in. Tuck that tail just a little bit so there's not any compression in the spine. So we're gonna do this flow one more time on each side, and then we're gonna do a few balancing poses. See if you can come a little lower. Keep breathing. All right, let's come into a forward fold. So straighten the legs, toe heel them out a bit, and forward fold. All right, walk the hands forward. We're gonna do one more time on each side for our flow. Coming into downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step it through, back foot comes down, sweep it on up. Release your arms behind you, open, and bow. Sweep back up. Hop the back foot forward, straighten the front leg. Coming into pyramid pose or intense side stretch. Bend that front knee, walk the hands forward. We're gonna come into standing splits. So float the left leg up. And now we're gonna do our curtsies one last time. 1, 2, going to 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, now you can play with balance. I'm gonna come into Ardha Chandrasana, balancing half moon. And release, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Come into downward facing dog. Float the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Back foot comes down. This is the last side. Release your hands behind you, interlace open, and bow. Sweep back up. Hop back foot forward, straighten the front leg, and come forward. All right, let's walk forward, coming into standing splits, and we're gonna do our curtsies. And now, if you like, you can peel open to Ardha Chandrasana. And release down, forward fold. Let's try some standing balances here. Inhale all the way up, hands to heart center. We're gonna come into tree pose first. I'm gonna adjust my pants here. And now I'm gonna balance on the right leg first. You can bring your left foot to just the ankle, to the shin, skip the knee. You can bring it all the way up to the inner thigh. Okay, from here, find your balance with your hands at heart center. And then if you like, you can extend further. Let's release. We're gonna try the other side now. Usually one side you have better balance than the other. So I'm gonna do a modified version with my hand on the calf, or sorry, my foot on the calf. And release. All right, let's try airplane pose. I'm gonna come back a little further so you can see me better. All right, from here, I'm gonna balance on my right foot and bring my left leg behind me. You can keep this toe down if you like, and just open here and lean forward a little bit, or you can lift that back toe off the mat. Practicing balance is really important as we age. And release. Let's do the other side. So now bringing the weight into the right leg, bring the back toe back. And you're just gonna lean forward. You can leave that back toe on the ground if you like, or lift it up. But you want your heart open here. You don't want to be hunched. Release. Okay, I'm gonna come even further this time into Warrior 3, which is airplane with the arms forward. If you like, you can stay in this very modified version of airplane pose. All right, so coming into my right leg, I'm gonna bring my back toe back, and I'm gonna transition forward. And then when I'm parallel, I'm bringing my arms forward. This may be too much for you. All right, I'm gonna release, interlace here, and just stretch up and over. And I'm gonna switch over to the other side. So starting out in airplane, and then when my chest is parallel with the mat, I'm bringing my arms forward. And release, step behind, interlace the fingers and stretch up and over. Down. All right, let's come down onto our mats. We're gonna come into a pose called Fire Log pose. This is a very deep hip opener, so it may not be possible for you, okay? I'm bringing one shin. Let's see, you can see my legs, right? It's hard to tell with. Okay, so one shin is gonna be parallel with the front of your mat. And then you might just cross the other leg over, okay? This may be as far as you come, or you might be able to bring the other leg on top and maybe it stays high, or you might be able to bring it lower so that those legs are parallel, okay? Don't force this stretch if it's not there for you. Keep your legs up, keep your legs crossed, okay? We don't want to overstrain tendons here or force anything. And just use your breath here. You shouldn't feel pain here, but there should be some intensity. So if you're feeling pain, please step it back. All right, let's get the other side. So now you're gonna bring this other calf on the bottom, parallel with the front of your mat, and you're gonna cross the other leg over, and you may end up being kind of tied up like this. This is okay if you're not quite ready to bring those shins parallel, as I'm doing. As you can see, I have a little tightness in this outer hip, so I can't quite bring my knee all the way down. Use your breath here. And see if rather than fighting this and tightening up, you can use each exhale to just relax into that intensity. Learning to relax into the intensity of yoga has really helped me when dealing with the intense situations that I face as a social worker or as a mom. And let's release this stretch. We're going to bring both legs forward, and I'm just going to stretch forward. And this isn't about touching your toes, and you can even have these knees bent. We're just trying to reach forward, hinging from the hip here. It's not about reaching a destination, it's about getting that stretch in the back of the spine and the legs. All right, let's come into a twist now. So I'm gonna bring this bottom foot of my right leg over to the left hip and then cross the left leg over. From here you can embrace to twist, or you could bring one arm up and bring the arm to the outside of the left thigh. Twist here. And let's get that other side. So it's perfectly okay if you'd rather do this kind of a twist rather than having the left foot all the way over to the left hip. But cross the right leg over, arm comes up, and you're gonna twist. And release. Let's do a counter twist. And let's come down onto our backs. We're going to bend both knees and then just gently open your knees like a book. Bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. Just breathe. Gently reach down and you're gonna close your knees and then extend your legs out. You can roll over onto your side if you prefer. Palms up. We're just gonna relax into Shavasana. All right. Still awake. Stretch your arms up, flex your feet. And now just hug your knees to your chest, rock a little bit, and roll over to one side. I'll turn this way so that you aren't getting a view of my rear end. All right, let's come into a seated position. Sitting at the top of your mat, thank you for joining me today. Bring your hands to heart center and we'll do a traditional salute. Bringing your thumbs to your forehead center. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful week. Stay safe.